welcome back to Mental Masturbation with me, your host, Joel. I will be later discussing another commandment and my views on a topic, sort of a tangent to it. But for now, I'd like to talk about the fact that, oh my god, okay, this is not what I was going to talk about. But look at this. Alright, it is midnight right now, 11 after. I'm going for a cigarette. I have 3 left. That's just horrible, because I'm going to smoke this one, and I'm going to be talking, so I'm not really going to smoke much of it. And then I'm going to have 2 left. And I'm going to have to save 1 for tomorrow, and which means I'm going to have another one tonight. Before I go to the fucking store and get one. That just is shitty. Alright. So the actual topic I wanted to discuss was the fact that I now have 3 subscribers. That's right. Nick, Marianne, and my good friend from Tucson, Taylor. So, I think that's fantastic. You know, it's not a lot, but it's something. You know, the fact that 3 people actually are interested enough in what I have to say, which isn't very interesting stuff. But they seem to be interested in it. So, it's a nice little confidence booster. Gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling inside. And so that's great. Taylor's thinking about starting up a thing. She doesn't know what she's going to talk about, but like I told her, that doesn't mean anything. No one has anything to talk about on these. So anyway, moving on. As you know, well, yeah, Marianne knows too, but it isn't Father's Day there. It is Father's Day here, and so in honor of that, I am going to be going over a commandment that is applicable to that, and that is, of course, the 5th: thou shalt honor your father and your mother. And that was probably, up until about a year ago, something that was very difficult for me. Because when you're living at home, you hate your parents. It's just like a rule. It's just the way it works. Kids hate their parents. And so maybe some personal stories, like I've been doing previously. About a year ago, I realized that my living situation was not something that I was comfortable with. I was not comfortable living with my parents at home. The school I went to was my dad was a teacher there, and that was all very uncomfortable for me. You know, I felt like I was being constrained. I couldn't be who I wanted to be. And so as a result of that, I, rather suddenly, packed up all my shit, got on a bus, and moved to Flagstaff. Which is, for those of you who don't know, outside, it's in northern Arizona, near the Grand Canyon. Yes, the Grand Canyon. And it's a wonderful little place. Reminds me a lot of Boulder, Colorado. Smaller though. But it's got that whole, I don't know, hippie, pinko, pot smoking thing going on. And, excuse me. I spent 5 months there. I was working at a youth hostel, living there as well. I was a housekeeper, and something I really enjoyed, but because of it, I came to understand that my parents were very cool people, and that was something that I knew they were cool people while I lived with them, but I didn't. Shit. I couldn't really. I could rationalize that, but emotionally, I thought they were a bunch of douchebags. Pair of douchebags. And, over stupid things like, I want to stay out all night and get drunk and high and smoke cigarettes. And they said, no, you can't do that. Because they were my parents. And that was their job. And so after I moved out, I sort of began to understand that. And they were just doing their thing. And really, they were cool people. They were really, really cool people. So after moving out, I better understood that. And so I think that honoring your father and mother isn't as important as respecting them. Having a relationship built on respect. Because when I lived under their roof, I did respect them. Or I did honor them. They said be home at 2. I came home at 2. And we had a dysfunctional relationship. And so I respect people that can be friends with their parents while living with them. It's not something I could do. So I've come to realize over the years that having a functional relationship with your parents is so important. It just makes life easier because out of all the people in this world, they probably love you more than anyone else. It's true. Even if it doesn't seem that way, it is because it's something that's built inside of you. This human child that I birthed is really a part of me, and no matter what, I'm going to love them. Is what they say, not what I say. Yeah. So tomorrow is Father's Day, and if you haven't sent a card, which is understandable, I'm not big on cards. I think they're a bit impersonal. Letters are something different. But I think, give a call to your father. Talk to your mother too, You're already calling, assuming they're together. And if your relationship with your parents isn't a good one, even if it seems like it's so completely dysfunctional that nothing either of you can do will repair it, take that step forward, be the first one to move. Approach it as a responsible adult, be mature and understanding, and if that doesn't help, well, then I guess, I don't know, I'm out of ideas. But I think making that step is important, and should, it should be done. So with that, I leave you guys. Enjoy your evening, or morning, or whatever the case may be in the part of however fucking Zen Archer's thing goes. I don't know. Alright, bye guys. Have a, yeah. Test. Hope sound is bugged up.